What are your standards? Hey, thanks for tuning back in. So, something happened to me last week and I want to share it with you. Now, when I was a newer agent, I didn't really have any standards. I would help anyone, anywhere, regardless of the situation. Many times I was just so desperate to have a client that I would take anyone from anywhere, even if I didn't think that that was a sellable property, or even though I didn't think that they were even being realistic on the price of the home they were looking to buy, or even if I thought they were going to be a complete nightmare and suck the life out of me. I just needed more business. And thankfully, we've been able to grow our business and grow the team to a point where we actually can be selective with the people that we want to work with. You've probably heard me say this in the past. Real estate is a very challenging business. Working with very challenging clients just adds to the dynamic of how challenging this business can be. So we want to work with people that actually want to work with us. We want to work with people that actually have a need, that want our help, that trust us, that will take our advice, that value our advice. And so a few months ago, I met with a homeowner and we discussed the strategy, the approach. Her home needed new carpet, her home needed paint, and her home needed to be decluttered and staged. It didn't show well. What's also important to know is that her home was located in a community with very high inventory and new home construction, where the new home construction was sitting and getting stale and the builders were just slashing prices. So she had a massive amount of competition. So if it wasn't a compelling property, if it didn't look amazing, if it didn't look like a model home, if it wasn't priced aggressively to sell, it just wasn't going to sell. And we had an understanding. She was going to replace the carpets, she was going to paint the home, she was going to have her furniture removed, and she was going to pay for our designers to stage the property. The property was worth, in my opinion, $1.28 million. And because of a few certain factors, we were going to actually list the home at $1.199. So slightly aggressively to maximize exposure, stage the property to make sure the buyers fall in love and get that home sold despite how much inventory there was. Well, we went through all the inspections, we had the quotes done, carpet cleaning and carpet replacement and staging designer quotes and all that fun stuff. And then she came back to me and she said, Robert, I've got a few agents of mine that are friends and they all looked at the house and they don't think that the house needs to be staged. They think the house is beautiful and we're just going to rearrange a couple things and then we'll sell it. Now, here's the deal. I want to help her sell this home, but I already know that's not going to work. And that's not the kind of client I'm working with. Do I want a $1.2 million listing? Absolutely. Do I want one that's not going to sell? No, because all that does is show people in the neighborhood that I'm not good at my job. All that's going to do is create pain and anxiety and anguish every time she calls and says, Robert, have you sold my home yet? Well, no, I haven't sold your home yet because it's unsellable. We've already had this conversation. So I don't want that quality of life. So when I say, what are your standards? What are you willing to do? And what type of clients are you willing to work with? At the end of the day, do you just want to work with anybody? Or do you want to work with people that actually have a specific need, are motivated and willing to take your advice and be helped? My opinion was that she was unhelpable. I went back and forth, tried to explain to her that, number one, there's a reason why she hired me when she had 3 agents that are friends. I tried to explain to her that the inventory was high. I tried to explain to her that right now, if the home isn't compelling, it's not going to be selling. And she was just, for a lack of a better word, a bit of a know-it-all. She said she's bought and sold 5 homes in the last 6 years, and she knows exactly what buyers are looking for, and that her approach would work. So unfortunately, I had to release the listing. It didn't meet my standards. Now here's another way to look at it. What if I'm taking professional photos of this property. Are those professional photos going to look great? Absolutely not. The home doesn't look good. What if the next door neighbor comes over and is thinking about selling, looks at the house and goes, wow, this home doesn't show well. Looks at the flyer and says, wow, is this how the Robert Mack Group markets properties? I was thinking about asking them to help me sell my home, but after seeing what I've just seen, I'm not interested in working with them anymore. I want to work with a professional. So I'm not willing to lower my standards and work with a client that doesn't want my help just to get a listing. I'm not willing to compromise my business strategy, my listing process, just because I want another listing. And I think as an agent, these are the kinds of things that you should be thinking about as well. So I hope you found value in today's message, and I hope that the next time you come across somebody that's unhelpable, you think twice before saying yes to them. If you have any specific questions, you want to set up a strategy session with me to learn more about how my team operates, I'd love the opportunity. If you found this video on social media, give me some social media love. Give me a thumbs up, a comment, or a question. Would love to engage. And if you ever have any video ideas you want me to talk about in the future, send those to me as well. Until then, happy selling.